What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to walk you through how to trade with the anchored VWAP. So basically my strategy, which if we get into the charts here, I do walk you through it pretty immensely. If you go to aspextv.com, you can see the new section we added, Futures 2.0. So that's going to be all about the anchored VWAP and how to trade that strategy. I just want to make a quick video here going a little bit in depth on specific markups, but definitely go check this out. You can see anchored VWAP break, part 1 and part 2, as well as the bounce. But in this video, I want to talk you through a couple of the break plays and speak about it just a little bit further. But if you haven't seen it already, definitely go watch it. There's going to be plenty more markups than that. I talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, as you can see here. And it's only available to members of ASFX TV. So make sure you're part of it. And let's get into the first markup that we see here. This was just today, my trade today. So just first things first, the purple VWAP is going to be our high of day anchor point. So I have to manually put that there on the current high of day price. And I'm looking forward to pull back. And I don't know if the pullback's finished and buyers are back in control until the high day is broken. So you can see in this case, we see a nice clean pullback to a key level. That's going to be part 2. I want to have clean trending structure off a key level and a break of a VWAP. In this case, the high of day VWAP, looking for continuation to the upside. Because if we just read structure for what it is, higher highs and higher lows, here's my retest to not only the New York VWAP here in black, which starts from the 9:30 New York Open, it's also retesting this green one, which is the all-time high VWAP. And these horizontal lines is the 15-minute opening range high and low, right? And so I know we're early on and I just plugged it. But if any of those terms confuse you, I talk about all of those in the new course, Futures 2.0. I break down what each of those levels are, how to measure them, why we use them, where to anchor them from. So if you're confused, definitely go check that out. And then once you're done with this video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But so this trade, we retest those key levels. I'm getting long again on the break of a high day view up here in purple, telling me buyers are back in, right? Because clearly back here, when we're drifting higher, I'm long biased, but everything is about price. Price is what pays. So I'm not going to buy it up here at like 58.82. Otherwise, I just take on a pullback and I lose. So I'm going to lose money on a day that does end up going higher. Doesn't make sense. So I'm going to wait for my good price. When buyers are taking a break, we're pulling back to a key VWAP, key level, and now they're stepping back in. They're 100% back in control, as Brian Shannon says, and we make a new leg higher. We can even go back to yesterday, another clean example. Definitely looking for longs, I would say. 9 out of 10 of us would be looking for longs here with the trending structure of higher highs and higher lows. New high of day made, right? I'm not chasing that price way up there. There are also long opportunities to the left here. I have those marked up. Let's look at this one up here because this one is now broken for a new high above all our key levels, right? Because you can see this green all-time high view up again, acting as potential resistance above earlier on in the day. But now we've broken it, saying, okay, we had no problem. Buyers broke through it. Now they're using it as support. So I don't want to trade into resistance. I want to trade off support, but I still have to wait to see if they could hold it. And buyers step 100% back in, which is that break of high day view up here. And we go and continue the trend higher because that's what the structure was. We're above this black view up here, higher highs and higher lows. I'm definitely long in it, but what price do I buy it at? Well, on the break of a high day VWAP. This one again, new high of day, pulls back to New York VWAP, not once, but twice, still creating higher lows. You can see that 15-minute opening range again. Talk about that a lot of why I use that as my key level that I think the pullback wants to finish at, and buyers step back in at that price. But we get in on the break of high day VWAP, and you can see it gets a nice little push, not all the way to 1R, or even back to high of day, pulls back into drawdown a little bit, still creating a higher low, still above my New York VWAP, which is my last level of defense. I'm only looking for longs above it and shorts below it, right? Plain and simple, clean. I want to be with the wave, not going against the grain and trying to call the top or call the bottom. I'm just going to ride the structure for what it is. And on this one, another beautiful one that's definitely looking long bias on here on the left, but where do I buy it, right? How can I get involved in this bullish trend? I don't want to just buy it up here and hope it goes 2 candles higher or hope it has enough gas to keep drifting higher. I would heavily rely on luck on that one. If I just bought it up here after it was clearly bullish, let's keep going a little bit higher, please, right? But then you buy it up there, now it's ready to pull back. Again, you lost money going long on a bullish day. You just look silly. So we want to get you out of that box and get you more towards patience, waiting for your plan to present. And in this case, I just watched that drift go higher, not getting my opportunity. There was one over here. But then this one fully pulls back to that black VWAP, right, which starts from 9:30 New York Open. That's my last level of defense. If buyers are defending it and we're holding above, I'm looking for longs because I think the pullback could want to finish there and we continue back in trend, almost using it as a launch pad, really. and then we're above the 15-minute opening range as well, so buyers are in. But the entry comes on the break of higher day view up here from purple again. And the same thing as the last one, takes on some drawdown, but another higher low, right off the New York view up again, and we get a nice continuation for a new higher day. Boom, there's a nice clean trend, nice price, good stop loss that invalidates that trade, right? Because if it gets down here to my stop, well, now I'm below the high day view up because buyers aren't in. They gave it up, right? And we're below New York. I don't want to be long. That's telling me sellers might be coming in. We might get back inside this opening range, right? So I try to keep it simple of I need to have recognizable trending structure, which in this case we do. In this case, clear higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, that's checked off. Two, off a key level, because there's going to be plenty of VWAP breaks, a high day VWAP break like this first one here, that buyers are back in technically, for sure. Can't argue that. But what are we really off of? We're kind of just in the gray space of it might be a higher low and it might extend from here. But this one fully pulls back to my key VWAPs, to my key levels that, okay, I believe that the pullback could definitely want to finish there and continue higher. So now I have that key level also as my launch pad. And then I'm just going to get in on a higher day break. That's the third checklist, because if you just try to catch a falling knife and buy it at that New York VWAP without a higher day break, well, if it slices right through, buyers were never 100% in, right? So definitely try to keep it simple. And like I said, if you go to Futures 2.0 here, I talk about the key levels. What am I talking about? The VWAP indicators and how to set up the charts to look like mine, of how to anchor it where I do. The different types of entries, how I'm taking profit, like I just explained, the key levels, XYZ, right? You see it all here. So definitely go into that more, because you can see there's about 3 hours where this is going to be a short video. Still good markups in this one, but there's plenty more in the Futures 2.0 course. So seriously, go check that out. Watch it twice, watch it 3 times. Really ingrain these markups into your mind of, okay, I see that break. Don't really love that one. This one looks better because it's off a key level. It has better structure, whatever the case may be, right? Because in this course, I also talk about setups I don't love and why I don't love it, right? So maybe you could avoid those moving forward. But those are just some of the simple ways that I trade this VWAP here, right? There's plenty more markups. This was literally just these past couple weeks and the past 2 days of trades I took. This was today and this was yesterday. So I'm just going to keep on taking it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, always feel free to reach out if you need more clarification, if you have more questions, if you want to get feedback on a markup you're starting to take, the trades you're taking similar to this, and you want to make sure you're doing it right, seeing it right, all these different things, definitely feel free to reach out. I hope to see you on my streams on Tuesday, Thursday on ASFX TV. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you guys on the desk tomorrow.